For that, I'll show you how we do that. Yeah, my job at Mercedes-Benz is future studies and ideation. Future studies means to get a glimpse into the future and develop ideas how, in this case, future mobility will work. Yeah, what were the driving forces and so on, and what can we as a manufacturer provide for this future. I first will show you the method, because the method is totally simple to make these future studies. Everybody can do that. Yeah, hands-on, very simple. If you have a question like that for future transportation, then the first step is always to go back in time. Back in time means find the conceptual roots of in this case transportation. The conceptual roots were speed, for example, that this was very important that we have a speedy transportation from A to B. And if you find the roots, I will talk more about that. Then you will find that you can develop a sense of time. Because if you make future studies, the most important part is time. You have to have a sense of time, otherwise you can't say anything meaningful about the future. Yeah, take airplanes. Yeah, you know, all the Boeing 747 jumbo jet. This one is nearly 40 years old. Yeah, so the rhythm of the aviation industry is very slow. And the second step is then reformulate your question and look at the avant-garde. What are the artists doing? Yeah, expressing themselves. What are people doing who are more in an experimental mood? And yeah, look at this. And then the third step is to develop something with your own experience, designers and creative people. What we did with this car. If you look back look for the roots of our current state, then you will find that the cities were invented at the 1939 in this area, very long time ago. This one is Bell Geddes. He building the world of tomorrow in the New York World Fair. Yeah, then they invented the modern city. It is in so far interesting, since we had the opportunity to speak to a city developer from Shanghai. Yeah, and we asked him what has changed. And he said, yeah, it's the same thing, but the difference is they have high-speed trains. But otherwise, that's the model. Yeah, New York is the other thing. And if you look at all these American suburbs, you will go back to the GI Bill, where all the veterans after the Second World War decided to build their own homes. Yeah, billions of them. They did that, and then the suburb was truly on the move. On the other way, we are here at the CES. It's many things. It's all is digital in a way, digital and physical. And if you want to understand the driving forces of the digital world, the concepts, you will end up at Norbert Wiener and cybernetics, basic conferences and so on. Because these people in this time they thought about the problems we have, or the challenges we have now today. Challenges like here, one of the great future problems which was faced is that of the relation between man and the machine. We call it HMI today, but it's human-machine interaction or whatsoever. But they thought about that very freely in that time. Yeah? Or the other one, render unto man the things which are man's, and unto the computer the things which are the computers. If you look at all these smart homes technology, these connected whatsoever, and cars and so on, you will find that they formulated the questions and they gave some answers too at this time. So it's very important, very good reading to understand what's happening today. The third one, last one of these roots is Paul Watzlawick, a psychologist from Palo Alto, California. He has one axiom, and this one is very important for mobility, and not only for mobility, for everything what we are doing in the public, is you cannot not communicate. Means we are always communicating. Yeah. So if somebody you have a party or something, and somebody is standing there in this way, then you will ask yourself, hey, why he's doing that? So you cannot not communicate, and since mobility always happens in the public, we have to think about what are we communicating with cars, with ourselves, how could people support that. So this is the past, and after checking these concepts, these driving forces, then we see today we have a situation where we have auto-mediated urbanization. Yeah, the urban situation is always without the autocar individual mobility in the center. On the other hand, we have digital mediated communication. And in the middle of that, if you put it together, you find the network idea, concept of network. And if you have the concept of network, communication network maybe, then you have choices, these are. Yeah? We have two choices. One choice is take the human being as a network node, yeah, put him into the machine, then it's more efficient. Yeah? Smart city movement is often about efficiency. Or say that the human participation is a value driver of all these networks, then it's more about communication. Yeah, so network communication in the machine, out of the machine. These were the choices if you look the problem today from the past. Next step is what are the avant-garde? What is the avant-garde doing for artists? We have one piece of art what I will show you. This one is the Happiness Machine from Mankowsky. He's British, and he showed us a world which is more dystopian, not very positive. You see, we have all these iconic buildings in the back. We have financial districts. We have here all the people. You see this very vulnerable child in there. Everybody is consuming, and it's very dense. Most of the people think it's not a world where we like to live, but it's a world which is many people sense, or these artists sense is at the state of our civilization. Yeah? Consuming without happiness, and these buildings and so on, and nature is only there. There are some trees left. So this one we want to avoid to have it like that. Then we have a second one. This one is from Asia. It's about density too. Just let it grow. It's a short. It's video art. What is the other one? Can you make the sound up? Oh yeah, it's a little bit sound. Yeah. And you see this city is very dense too, but it's not. Most of the people think it's not awful. Yeah, it's more about curiosity. What's happening there? What are the people doing? I like to visit this and this and this. It's not about speed in terms of transportation, but it's about curiosity. You can find it in the internet. Yang Yong Yang. It's 8-minute pieces. He has many of them. At the end, there's a flying saucer coming down. So it is dense. It's a city of the future, so to say, but it's not so bad. We have a third one. This is from an architect, Dave P. Edwards. It's London. It's very realistic scenery. We have these buildings. They have now, I think, 250 high-rises in the making. Look at this green bridge there. This green bridge is this one is the small one there. Is a true proposal. What I forget to say is, if you have all these high-rises, there are many people, and if there are many people, you will have a very dense environment too on the public grounds, because people are not only in the buildings, they go out. But now the green bridge. If you look at the green bridge, this is something like that. It's intended. It's intended like that, and here you see, I guess, very strong the paradigm change. Yeah, the paradigm change is not about the speed anymore, about speedy transportation. It's about quality of life. It's about to make a relaxing situation. People like to have relaxing situation. It's for pedestrians, and if maybe you are here on the move and you are there, and then you will like it to be here. Most of the people like these bridges. Yeah, they love it to be there and to love to relax. But it's totally different from the first pictures from the 1939, where transportation was all about to be fast, speed. Yeah? There's no speed at all. So if you look at this, and how do people deal with that? They have more than that. They have the idea of home. It's not a home anymore. This one is in Palm Hills. It's not so cheap. Yeah, with the building. This one is in San Francisco, $1,500 a month. You see, this is a home, but it's not the home that we are thinking about as home. You wouldn't invite friends there, because this is it. Yeah, the same stuff is happening in New York City, for example. So you see, the world is then changing. what are the people doing now? If they are in the density, in these dense environments, they are knocking their environment out. Yeah, you can say if the people are looking at their smartphones, they are communicating. But the other point of view is, or the other perspective would be, they are not communicating, they are hiding. Yeah, for each other in this case. Or this one, like this in Shanghai, you have always to follow your herd instinct and to integrate in the flow what other people are doing. But this one is reuse of urban space, because if it's so dense on the ground, then you will like to reuse this scarce ground. In this case, they had made this is a road, and they had made these artificial grass on the ground. You see they are playing and working, and if you watch the people closely, you will find only of the photos only 2 or 3 of them using tablets or iPhones, but they are doing card games and so on. Yeah, so very natural. This one is a parklet in San Francisco. It's the same idea. Reuse the public space because space is scarce, and you don't have a large home. From a manufacturer's point of view, this one is very dangerous because you are sitting here and the driver of the car is very near, and there's no technological support to make the situation safe. So we call that in all in urban lifestyle, we call it living in transit. Living in transit means this is you and me. Yeah, we are walking around, a little beer, and we are public between the people. This one is Tokyo, or we are public. This is the Google data center. We are public in a digital way. Yeah, it's not so 100% comfortable, the situation, and it gets stronger this way. So, next step therefore, what can we do about that as a car manufacturer? How can we develop a concept to make it a more positive vision of the future, or something that we can do? What we thought is that autonomous cars, they shouldn't fit in the human fabric of life, and therefore we center these 2 bullet points here around individuality. And we say our concept is that we try to see the autonomous cars as enhancements for people, give them more individual autonomy, more quality of life, beauty too, and privacy, because privacy is very important in these dense and crowded environments. Therefore, this one here, privacy and style, means you have your own room, the car is moving, but you can relax inside, you can socialize, talk, do your stuff, and maybe even be disconnected, if you like, disconnected from the digital world, not always being stressed. This is an antidote to stress. That's very important for us. You should communicate as you wish from the inside to the outside, so it's not totally closed to the outside, but it's not totally open too. So you should have choices to have your contact. And one very important part now, because we said one cannot not communicate. If we are here, we are this thing, this Spielzeug, we are this one, and then we are communicating with people in cars, people on bikes, people wearing masks and so on. We are communicating with signs on every arm, and tomorrow we are communicating with robots, mobile robots. You can see an autonomous car as a mobile robot. That's the truth. Looks beautiful, but inside it's a mobile robot. So, what to avoid? If we have this one, we have photoshopped the little Google's car, the old first version. I photoshopped this in the scenery of Shanghai, and if you look at the scenery, all the people are looking at each other. He is looking at the policewoman here, he is looking at the driver there, and if you have an artifact which is not communicating, one cannot not communicate, then it's for the people, it's scary. Because they don't know what the car, this mobile robot is doing next step. It's therefore very important that we avoid that situation, even if it has a nice face, but nobody knows what it's doing. In our case, we made an experimental station like that. We had these flying drones, like that, and we enhanced them with light and movement, and these drones then were able to communicate with us. Communicate means they're moving autonomously around, but they were able to show that they have seen us. And the test, the experiment from that was to see if it's scary then or not, or it's better situation, it's more lively, it's more human or not. This is a short movie. I'll give you explanation about that. You see, this is done that with Ars Electronica in Austria. Somebody knows, some people will know them. They make cyber arts. Reacting on the gestures, which is important. And this one is the best thing, because then you see this little drone giving sign, blinking and looking around and saying hello to her. Yeah? And so, in this way, to say hello, yeah, was a very nice situation. Before we had it without the hello, without the blinking movement, and then it was scary. Yeah, the drone comes to you and you don't know what will happen. And the other way around, it was nice. Yeah, so the experimentation platform for interacting with these machines, with these robots, which is in case very similar to the interaction with cars, because cars are even larger and even more dangerous. So this one was very cool, and we was encouraging, and we tried it out then first in sketches with our cars. Yeah, in this case you see the car projects a crossroad or reacts